I'm doing you a favor, okay? So you can just have a little patience. It's just a meme. No. It's from no one. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just get started, okay? So, no, I'm not gonna hurry it up. Mom said you had to listen to me. She said it is your fault that you did not pick your books from the library at the start of the semester like you were supposed to, and now you have to scramble to read all your books before the semester's over. So you have to listen to me talk as long as I want. That's what she said. That's what I thought. Okay. So, no, I don't care how college is going, okay? I really enjoyed not having you here, okay? And this quarantine situation is not what I wanted. I know it's not what you wanted. I'm sure you have like 15 boyfriends back at, excuse me, I'm sure you have 15 boyfriends and girlfriends back at college that you can't wait to get back to. So, I read the assignment that you sent me, and it said you have to read 10 classic novels throughout the semester, and 5 have to be true classics, so anything published before 1960, and then 5 have to be modern classics, so anything published after 1960. So I have my books separated into 2 piles. I asked you to stop calling me a nerd. Fine, then I won't help you. Okay, great. Now, you being in college, I don't know why you think this is so cool. Why do you think it's so cool? Why would I think it's cool that you can't even do the work for an intro to English lit class that you need for your gen eds? Why would I find that cool? Yeah, well, I told you cheerleading was not a major. Okay, well, have fun pursuing dance. And how are you doing that on your break? Making TikToks? Ew, no, I've never made a TikTok. I'm gonna write down what books you take. Know that it's not crazy. Do you know how much stuff of mine you've ruined? You know what? Maybe if you acted more like the older sister, I would act more like a younger sister and look up to you, okay? You're just this wild woman going to college parties and majoring in dance. What are you gonna do with that? Are you gonna teach it? You hate kids. Are you gonna be a Rockette? You're 5'2". Whatever. No, dance is great. Art is fantastic, okay? I just don't understand what you're gonna do for a living. You have no plan. You can't sing. So what are you gonna... Fine, you know, you're following your passion, right? Okay, that's fine. Mom ate that up. She lapped it up, didn't she? Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? You went wild, and now they have all these extra rules for me. Exactly. Like, they even need them. Like, I hate literally everyone. I don't want to go out. I don't want to talk to boys. High school boys are gross. I have, like, 2 friends. I just want to be alone with my books. But instead, I have to be here with you. But at least the books are here. So, I've picked out a smattering. Not all of my books. But I thought we'd start with the actual classics, like the older ones. Okay. Just gonna number my list here. Yeah. And I'm also gonna write down the condition of the book so that I will know if you've messed it up, okay? So, let's just start at the top of the pile and work our way down. This first one is Crime and Punishment. This one is a favorite of mine. You think it looks too big? I don't want to show you the print. I want to tell you about the book. Fine. That is the print. It is a little small, but it's because it's compact, you know, this way, which is great for putting in your purse. Not that we're going anywhere, but I was really excited to talk to you about this one. 3, 2, 1. You've rejected it because of size. I accept your rejection. I'm going to put it away. I'm still going to highly recommend it to you, but I understand that you're under a time constraint and you're not a quick reader, so this is probably not the best choice. So we'll put it in the rejects. Okay. This one is a quick read because it is a play. It's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, did you? You read it in 10th? No, I didn't read it this year. But I'm in honors English and we read different stuff than what you. No, it is really good. It is, but the assignment explicitly stated that it can't be something you've read before. It has to be something new. Broaden your horizons. Well, I guess you wouldn't know, but I'll know. I'm not going to lend you this. This is a no. The next one I have is The Red Badge of Courage, which, well, I mean, how do you know you want to read it? I haven't even, because it's small. It is small. Okay, it's about war. Don't really know that it's up your alley. Maybe you want me to read the back to you. No, I don't think you're incapable of reading the back for yourself. These are my books that I'm lending to you. Did you just ask what? The Civil War. What war? You asked me what war? Oh my god. You know what? You do need to read this. I'm going to write that down. Red Badge of Courage. And the condition is excellent. I believe this is actually, I don't think I've read this particular copy because I read it from the school library like in junior high. I really liked it, and then Mom got it for me for Christmas one year. So this is just like my shelf book. I mean, if you don't understand the concept of keeping a personal library, I can't possibly explain it to you. Okay, great. So we'll set that one. Okay. It's in excellent condition and the spine is not broken. Okay, so please be gentle with it. If there's a little creasing, I won't mind because it is hard to not break the spine at all and still like get to the words, but just be gentle. So I'm gonna write that one is in excellent condition. Okay. The next one is Heidi. Why are you rolling your eyes? Okay. I was not upset. I was not obsessed. It was not 5 years in a row. I was only Heidi 3 years in a row on Halloween. Isn't this coffee so pretty though? I love these like flowers and the little like illustrations. This is gonna be me one day, man. Just in a cabin eating bread and cheese, nobody around. That's the dream. This is so nice, right? Yeah. Mom and Dad got this for me for my birthday last year. I mean, I have like 500 copies of this book. Yeah. I mean, look, like the print isn't that small, right? Okay, I'll put it in the maybes. You just don't, you're just inclined to not like it because I like it so much. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Okay, this is Wuthering Heights. Yes. I like that. I like that emo classic. Yeah, it's kind of like every like you're in your feelings and like this is the book that like you read. Yeah. Please do not compare me to that weird girl in your class. I know exactly who you're about to say. Oh my god, that's so rude. Oh, yes, I do. I will read you the description. Okay. The haunting intensity of Catherine Earnshaw's attachment to Heathcliff is the focus of a novel in which relations between men and women are described with an emotional and imaginative power unparalleled in English fiction. First published in 1847, Wuthering Heights is set on the bleak Yorkshire moors where the drama of Catherine and Heathcliff, Heathcliff's cruel revenge against Edgar and Isabella Linton, and the promise of redemption through the next generation is enacted. I did not put on a reading voice. Oh my god. You're like just as bad as Dad. Honestly, he makes fun of me all the time when I'm reading. Look, I don't know where I came from either. I can't believe I share genes with you people. Fine, I'll put it in the maybe. The print is really not that small. Like, oh my god, you're like a grown woman. Well, in age. Okay. I'm gonna be really, really upset if you diss this one. I'm just gonna put it out there that I'm gonna talk about it. And you don't have to agree to read it, but you have to be nice. Okay. A Tale of Two Cities. Oh my god, Charles Dickens. You did not just say who. Charles Dickens, very famous author, wrote A Tale of Two Cities. Wrote A Christmas Carol. Oliver Twist. I literally don't know who you are right now. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you don't want to hear my reading voice again. Okay. This one is about like the French Revolution. There's a lot of really great like symbolism and like some really epic characters. A fun fact, Charles Dickens published these in a magazine, so they came out per chapter, like not in whole book form originally, and he was paid by the word. So like that's why his books are always so like verbose and okay. I'm just gonna put it in the no pile. Yep, got it. Okay. One other requirement that your professor had put that I'm not sure if you noticed was that you can't have more than one by the same author, which is only going to be a problem. Well, it's not going to be a problem, but I have two here by the same author. It's Arthur Miller. Oh my god. These are plays also, so they're quicker reads. So there's The Crucible and Death of a Salesman, both absolute classics. So I feel like it's like so important that you actually do pick one of these, because like if you haven't read an Arthur Miller, what are you doing? Yes, Crucible, the one about the witches. Yeah. I mean, there is a movie, but like you don't want to. I mean, you can watch the movie after you read it, but like they're not going to be the same. Please do not tell me. Please do not tell me that you're thinking of just like watching movies. Okay, I'm just gonna have to trust you. So you want The Crucible. Okay. So I'm gonna put Death of a Salesman away. We're gonna write down The Crucible. This is one of my favorites. Actually, this is my second copy because my other copy was getting so crummy and like worn from reading that I bought another one at Half Price Books when I was there last. I'm really missing my trips to Half Price Books, I'm not gonna lie. Oh well, we'll go again hopefully soon. Okay, so this one is also in excellent condition. Again, the spine is not broken, so you can crack it, but this is the spine of the book. See how it's smooth and there's no like cracks in it. Like no, I don't have books. Oh, okay. Like my Crime and Punishment has like cracks in the spine from me like reading it and like see how like the spine is broken. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that it's a sign of a well-read book and a well-loved book. J.K. Rowling said the same thing once in an interview, so I stand by my assessment. Ew. Our neighbors have the loudest car. Like where are they going? in quarantine, just like up and down the street. Ew. No, I don't know. You would know their names. Ew, they're those gross boys. Like, are you hearing this? I am legitimately appalled. Appalled by the sound. Okay, so there's your second book. You only need to pick 8 more. Okay. Next one I have is... No, I'm not mad. I just literally picked it up and you screamed yes in my face, so. Which movie did you see? Yes, there's more than one. Okay, so the Leonardo DiCaprio one, like, I understand that it's, like, renowned when, like, film and stuff, but, like, as far as, like, true to the book, I really think you should watch the one from the 70s. It's, like, quite a bit longer. Fine. So do you want to read this? You never read this in school? Oh, right. I didn't take honors English. Okay, great. Well, this one's also excellent condition because I originally read the school's copy and then I liked it and I bought a copy. It is not dumb. It is not dumb to have a personal library. Look how handy it's coming for you. Okay? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay, next one is Lord of the Flies. This one is about the boys that are just like stranded on an island, like their plane crashes. Oh, you did. You read this senior year? I mean, it's not like that advanced of a book. I would think it would be like a more rudimentary, like a 9th or 10th grade. Okay. What? Yeah, I know. It's a shame. It's a thin book. Okay. You read that one as a senior in high school. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. This next one, The Grapes of Wrath. You're right. Oh my god, there is still some of the... I hate when I don't get the whole sticker off, and I always mean to go back. Oh, whatever. Not important right now. Okay. I mean, it's on the longer side, but it's a really good book. I think that you'll find it's not that long of a read. Let me read you the description, okay, before you, like, poo-poo it completely. Okay. I'm not gonna adjust my reading voice. I like it. Okay. First published in 1939, The Grapes of Wrath is a landmark of American literature. This Pulitzer Prize-winning epic of the Great Depression chronicles the Dust Bowl migration of the 1930s and tells the story of one Oklahoma farm family, the Joads, driven from their homestead by the land companies and forced to travel west to the promised land of California. A portrait of conflict between the powerful and the powerless, the novel captures the horrors of the Depression and probes the very nature of equality in America. Right? Oh. You're being sarcastic. No, I get it. It might, like, depress you right now, whatever. Look how cool the pages are. They're, like uneven, like meant to look like a little old-timey. I love how they feel. It just makes the book feel really, like, sturdy and hearty. I don't know. I like holding a book this size. It feels like very, like, comforting. Okay. Then it's a no. I only have 2 more to show you in the big classics. What do you mean you're bored? Like, that we're literally quarantined. Like, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? This is your schoolwork, right? You still have schoolwork, right? I still have schoolwork. Well, I mean, I did. I got it all done. Like, they gave us, like, 3 worksheets for like each class for a whole week. Like what 3 work, like I breezed right through it. I don't like, what else was I supposed to do? No. Mom does not know that I'm done. I don't want her to know that I'm done because then she'll have me downstairs sorting through baby pictures or whatever project she's gotten herself into this week. No, I'm gonna stay here in the safety of my room. Okay? Okay, we have 2 more. This one is another Charles Dickens. I lost the cover. It had like a sleeve. I don't know what I did with it. This is Great Expectations. I mean, here's the print. This is a really good one, and I feel like it's underrated because I feel like people just think it's this like stodgy novel and like he has better stuff, but I personally think it's really great. Nope, I get it. You don't want to challenge yourself. Read anything too big. No, whatever, it's fine. The last one that I have is Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, like the movie, Keira Knightley. Yeah, you love that movie. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, really, like, Jane Austen was writing, like, the equivalent of what I would call, like, almost like romantic comedy type things. This one, like, is a little heavier on the romance side. But, I mean, I have Sense and Sensibility somewhere. I think it's in my school backpack because I had taken it to read during lunch before, like, school was closed. But, if you're interested... Yes. No, I don't sit by myself. I sit with my friends. Yeah. And we all read. What did you and your friends do at lunch? Talk? I mean, like, what is your group chat for? Like, you don't need to talk while you're at lunch. Like, it's, how can you hear yourself? Oh my god. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, this one, the print is a little small. I'll grab my pencil. Okay. Challenge yourself. Yes, love it. Okay. So, right. I was checking that it was spelled out A-N-D versus like an ampersand, and it matters to me, okay? I'm gonna call the condition, I mean, it's a little bored. I'm gonna call the condition good. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 4. So you need 1 more. So we have 2 in the maybe. We have Wuthering Heights. Okay, and we have Heidi. I mean, I know what I'm leaning towards. Okay, great. Get that out of here. Heidi. No, you're really gonna love it. And look, like the print is big. Like it's really, this is user friendly. I read this for the first time in literally like 3rd grade. Okay, like you can handle this. So let me write it down. I also expect as soon as you finish one to give it to me, give it back, and please read them one at a time. I know you get bored and you want to open one up and then start another one. Like, don't do that, okay? These are read one at a time to get the plot. That was another thing I noticed that your teacher said is that you have to keep like journal entries kind of about these, like your thoughts and stuff. So let me know if you get confused and need help. Or need a notebook, because you know I keep a million, or is it meant to be a digital journal? Okay, yeah, I guess I see. Yeah, because you can't really turn in a hard copy journal anymore. I know. I'm sure you're not having fun here either. Okay, so that's that's our 5 classics. Now we get to move in to the modern classics. And I was looking through these, and you'll be happy to know, I think every single one of them has a movie except for one. Yeah, so now that you can get away with just watching the movie, you know they take liberties, but it can help you. So let me show you the one that has no movie first. This is the things they carried. Have you ever heard of this? Okay, I'm going to read you the back then. They carried malaria tablets, love letters, 28-pound mine detectors, dope, illustrated Bibles, each other. And if they made it home alive, they carried unrelenting images of a nightmarish war that history is only beginning to absorb. Since its first publication, The Things They Carried has become an unparalleled Vietnam testament, a classic work of American literature, and a profound study of men at war that illuminates the capacity and the limits of the human heart and soul. What? Yeah, you already picked a war book, but it's a different war. Dad even read this book and he thought it was good. I'm just saying you could, like, talk to him about it. Fine. Okay. Let's see. So as far as, like, modern classics, your professor had said that you could take some liberties as long as you could defend it as, like, being a classic. So there's some things here that might not necessarily be, like, taught in a class yet, but that I think you could make the argument for if you really wanted to. Okay. So the first one I have here is The Giver. Nuh-uh, you have not read this. Have you really? Oh, right, because it's so small. Why did you... Oh, my God. I forgot about him. Yeah, that boyfriend you had for, like, 5 minutes a couple years ago, he liked to read. Oh, my God, you read a book for a boy? That is so... I mean, at least he had you read, like, a good one. Okay. Well, then, that's a no. Actually, let me bring out some that I think you may have read and kind of knock those out of the way first. Okay, so, like, Twilight, have you read? You have? Okay. Don't laugh at me. Listen, it's stuff you can make a case for. And these are, like, a huge part of the culture. So, you could make the case, but you've read it, so that's fine. None of that. What about The Hunger Games? No. I think this is a really good one, because there's so many, like, dystopian novels right now that are popular, and I think that, you know, you can make the case for this kind of being one of the leaders in the dystopian realm. I also have The Maze Runner, in that, well, I mean, the movie is not the book. Okay. Fine. You hated the movie, so no Maze Runner. Gotcha. How about Hunger Games? Did you like the movie? Okay, cool. Yes. Yeah, I mean, the argument can be made. We'll put it in the maybe, because you might see some stuff that speaks to you more. And then I have Harry Potter, the first one, obviously. I forgot that Mom read this one out loud to us when we were little. Well, yeah, I've read them all. I've read these, like, multiple times. Okay, great. Well, it's disqualified because you read it before. Okay. I got some pulled, especially that I thought you would like. Again, these are kind of in the realm of, like, you could make the argument for. So I have The Notebook. Yeah, right? You love The Notebook. I mean, again, I think the argument is that it's, like, is it a big part of the culture? Does everybody know it? And I mean, I guess in that sense, they know the movie more than the book. Okay, yep. No, I get it. And then I also have Me Before You. Yeah, this one's super modern. But this one, again, might fall into that category of the movie is what people think of, not necessarily. Yeah. Great. Okay, this one you have to pick, okay? Like, this is Girl Interrupted. Oh my god. Like, this book literally changed, like, my whole perspective on the world. And it's a quick read. Like, look, the print. It was a movie. Have you seen the movie? I haven't either. Mom told me I wasn't allowed. I don't know. She literally does not check my books at all. She has no idea. She thinks because they're books, they're all, like, fine. Except for 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, I read them. Mom has her own copies. Like, it was so easy to just pick up and read. She has no idea. I mean, not no idea, but, like, don't tell her. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm, like, getting ready to write this one down. Do you know anything about it? Okay, yeah. Let me read you the back. In 1967, after a session with a psychiatrist she'd never seen before, 18-year-old Susanna Kaysen was put in a taxi and sent to McLean Hospital. She spent most of the next 2 years in the ward for teenage girls at a psychiatric hospital as renowned for its famous clientele, Sylvia Plath, Robert Lowell, James Taylor, and Ray Charles, as for its progressive methods of treating those who could afford its sanctuary. Kaysen's memoir encompasses horror and razor-edged perception while providing vivid portraits of her fellow patients and their keepers. It is a brilliant evocation of a parallel universe set within the kaleidoscopically shifting landscape of the late 60s. Girl Interrupted is a clear-sighted, unflinching document that gives lasting and specific dimension to our definitions of sane and insane, mental illness, and recovery. This book is so good. And, you know, it's not that big. Okay. Yeah. You're gonna love that one. I mean, I would save it for last and end on like a high note, but if you want to start with it so that you have something you know you're gonna like, you could do that too. Yeah. Really either one. Okay, so I'll give that to you. The next one I have is The Lovely Bones. You did not read I absolutely, you're lying. You did not read this book. You did not. When? You read half of it. Okay, that's more like it. How could you possibly have gotten bored? You just went and watched the movie? See, I feel like making movies ruins books because people they don't want to read the book and then they don't get the full story and then they make opinions about the characters and fine. No to this. Okay. Actually, wait. Where is... Oh, okay, you have it in a separate pile. Okay, I'm just trying to keep track. Next, we have The Help. I just found this one at a yard sale like 2 weeks ago before like the quarantines, and it's not in the greatest condition, but I was excited about it. So even I haven't read this one yet. Yeah, we went and saw the movie in the theater with Mom, remember? I mean, it's kind of big, but I mean, it's been a while. Let me read you the back. Fine, I won't read you the back. I'm gonna put in the maybe. Right? You liked the movie. I'm running out of books here. Okay, in the maybe. The next one I have is A Wrinkle in Time. Yeah. We went and saw the movie when it came out. And it was so good, right? I couldn't believe we had never read this. I'm like, isn't this cover like so pretty? Yeah. Yeah, that was I loved the movie. Chris Pine, oh, he's so handsome. He is not old. Listen, I don't know how you like guys anywhere near our age. They're just so immature. Okay, yeah. Okay, great. So we'll give you this one. So other than failing to do your English work, how is college going? You like it? Okay, well that's good. I know Mom was all worried about, you know, her precious baby leaving the nest, but I knew you'd be fine because you're so like popular and you make friends really easy, so. No, it's not a compliment, it's just a statement. Well, you're welcome, I guess. Oh, this one, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I don't know, I think it's just a classic in my mind, just because I love it so much. Oh wait, you've read these, huh? Because these used to be yours. But these were yours, and you gave them to me like a million years ago, but you never read them? Why did you have them? Oh my god. Aunt Lisa really does not know how to give gifts. Yeah, I don't know if it stands up to the rest of these either, to be quite honest. Okay, so that's a no. You should still read it though. Really good book. Really good book. Okay. Then I have here The Other Boleyn Girl. Listen. This one is a whole series, and I know that it's big. Okay, I know that it's daunting to look at, right? It's like hefty, but it's so good. You really like fly through these. They're so interesting, and then there's a bunch in the series. Well, no, you don't have to read the rest in the series, but like, don't you like to read sequels and stuff when books come out and you really like them? Interesting. Okay. Anyway, look, all the books that you have here are kind of on the smaller side. I know that your teacher didn't like specify, or your professor didn't specify, but like I think it would look good if you had like one like slightly bigger one. And then you could, you know, like watch the movie. Mom loves this movie. We could all watch it together. She'd be so happy. Yay. Okay. Okay. What? I mean, The Help is really not that big. It's really, right? And then you'd have a couple heftier books. You loved this movie when we saw it. Okay. Let me finish writing the entry for The Other Boleyn Girl, and then we'll do The Help. This one is not in great condition, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna call this fair condition. That still doesn't mean I want it back in poor condition. I want it back in the same condition I lent it to you in. It is pretty though. I like those like birds. It's pretty. Okay. I have one more to show you. And so you either have to go with this one or The Hunger Games, which is still in our maybe pile, to make your 5th modern classic, okay? This one, I know you liked the movie because you went and saw it twice in the theater. What do you mean it's too big? It is not. It's a big book, okay? It is a big book. Well, I mean, I know like any Stephen King would be a classic, but well, this is the only one that I have, okay? Dad smuggled me this one. I mean, Mom just wasn't home. Obviously, you can't smuggle something this size. Fine. Can I just say, I understand you're on a time constraint and reading isn't your favorite. Can I just suggest that someday you come back and you read this? It's such a wild ride. Yeah, Dad has read like tons of Stephen King. I know Mom is always like, no spooky in the house, but like, he snuck me this. Yeah. He says that once I start driving, he's gonna tell Mom it's time to let me read Stephen King. If I can drive a car, I can read Stephen King. So, but okay, whatever, fine, put it away. So then that leaves us with The Hunger Games. I think it'll be good to have one that isn't necessarily considered a classic that you make the argument for it, like in your journal. Because she said you could do that. I think it's a she, right? That professor? Okay, yeah. So I think that this is a really good one to make that kind of argument for, and I think there's going to be a lot of stuff maybe online to even help you make your case. Yeah. Okay, so what's that? Good condition. Okay, let me write that one down. Okay. Can I just say, I am so excited for you to get started on all of these. So, oh my gosh, I lost one. I just want, this is my favorite part. When I get a bunch of books to read and I have this stack. So, good. There we go. Yep. Don't, okay. You're good. Okay, great. Yes. I think The Help is the only one that you have that I haven't read yet because I just got that one. But, yeah, all the rest, if you have questions, you can ask me. And like I said, like watching the movies is okay, but a lot of times they're different. So I wouldn't rely on that to tell you plot and character, right? I don't know what kind of journal you have to keep. Because she said the outlines for that were in the syllabus and not in the assignment breakdown that you sent me. But yeah. No, yeah, of course I got you. You're my sister. I'm not gonna not help you. So yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Go take the books, get out of here. I'm gonna get back to my homework. Okay. Bye.